Staffers throughout Donald Trump's White House are freaking out right now because they know that the fallout from the Epstein scandal is only going to continue to get worse, and it has the potential to make everything worse about their jobs. But these people in the White House, according to new reports, they're not freaking out about the fact that Donald Trump may be exposed as a predator. They're not worried about maybe losing their jobs if for some reason Trump gets kicked out of office or the stress from this just makes him incapacitated and 25th Amendment gets invoked. No. The staffers, according to new reports, are worried that the fallout from the Epstein scandal is going to make Donald Trump's crowd sizes smaller. I wish I was making that up because obviously that's like the most minor thing about this entire scandal. Like that's a fraction of a fraction of a fraction, but that is what White House staffers are freaking out about. Not about the fact that, hey, we've got abusers running around this country that people don't even know they exist. It's that, well, what if this makes people not go to Trump's rallies? So here's what's happening. Starting in August, so just a couple days away, Donald Trump is supposed to be doing kind of a nationwide rally tour, which honestly, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Regardless of crowd sizes, you know that agitators are going to show up and they're going to say, what about Epstein? And those agitators may be on the left. It may be your own people on the right. But you're going to have a real bad time doing a cross-country tour right now at this point in American history. It is not going to go well for you, Donald. I would reconsider. But that's smart advice. Trump never takes smart advice, so he's still going to do it. And the White House staffers are now saying the Epstein thing is going to make people not go because Trump's base is pissed off. Here's the poll numbers on it. Just 43% of MAGA Republicans approved of how the administration has handled the issue, 17% disapprove, 39% haven't formed an opinion. 39% haven't formed an opinion? We've been doing this for like a month now, and you're like, I don't know. 40% of you apparently are just idiots. Actually, we're going to go ahead and go with 83 because the 43% say you're doing a good job with it. He does not have a majority, and 17% say they disapprove. And 17% is not a huge number. But when you're talking about 1,000 people, suddenly 17% is a big number. Let me read you what one of the staffers said. It's not going to be some huge revolt, but you're going to lose to see less lines at the rallies. All you need is 5% of these people to just get cynical, apathetic, lethargic, and we're done. They're worried about the lines. They're worried, oh no, there's going to be even more empty seats than usual. Because yes, Donald Trump's rally crowds have not been what they had been many years ago. They've kind of been getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And now they're probably going to be getting smaller, and that's what the White House staffers are concerned about. Now, it seems like a dumb thing to be concerned about, right? But not when you consider who Donald Trump is. See, that's the underlying thing here that we have to understand. This is almost like the staffers are in an abusive relationship and they don't want the abuser to be put in a bad mood because that's going to make abuse far more likely, right? So we got to make sure dinner is on the table. It's their favorite food. Everything is great. Please be happy because I don't want to be abused. That's why they're worried about the lines. When Trump has smaller crowds, he gets pissed. And he takes it out on everybody around him. So this concern that these staffers have about these small rally crowds, the shorter lines, it's a form of self-preservation. Because they are, in a way, in this abusive relationship with Donald Trump, their employer. That's a terrifying thought for those people. I typically do not have sympathy for people who choose to work for Donald Trump, but I do in this particular situation. They know that he gets in a bad mood, he's going to come back and take it out on them, and their lives are going to be miserable. They're afraid. And they shouldn't have to feel that way working for the President of the United States just because his ego gets a little crushed because there's too many empty seats at his rallies. But that's one of the only things Trump cares about, and this is the reality in which we live now. Thanks for watching today, everybody, and don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it! You can follow the links in the description of this video.